Well, if the thumbnail and the title of this video didn't give it away, I will. We are back out here in Montana. It is late May, the earliest I've ever been out here. Same place I've been the last 5 years, and cold to say the least. Been here only a couple hours, just got settled in, ready to find some bone, baby. Let's do this. Goal for the trip is 8. Currently sitting at 69 antlers after that 2-point muley and 5-point elk in Utah. After this, we'll be heading back there for some more shed hunting. So if we don't meet the quota here, hoping to do it there. Let's get into it. Well guys, I just spotted the first antler of the trip. Looks to be a probably 5 to 6 year old whitetail shed coming up on this ridge. It's pretty thick behind me, and I look down. There we have it. Gonna set up the cam and get the pickup because this is number 1, baby, and number 70 for the year. Grass is definitely greener than I thought it was gonna be. I thought by coming out here early I would have beat some of this, but nope. They've got a lot of rain out here in Montana this year. I was definitely wrong on the age of this antler. I'd say she's probably closer to 10. Definitely a whitetail. Almost completely chewed in half on the beam. But a great way to start the trip on the first day, guys. Gonna have to be real careful packing that out because it probably will snap in half, but great little 4-point side. Old and chewed. We will take it. Probably been 15-20 minutes since I picked up this oldie, and I'm coming up on the other side of this fence line in the bottom of this draw. Seen some newer sign, nothing crazy, and I look up and I can tell that this trip is going to be the one where I step on almost every antler. Another solid whitetail. I say solid, but all of them are solid to me. Chalk City. Oh, ain't nothing left. Another right side. I'd say that's probably a muley, judging by the eye guard and the base there, but number 2 for the day and 2 on the trip. 71 for the year. Let's keep it going. Day 2 here in Montana, and we were probably, I'd say, 5 to 6 miles to the west of where I was at yesterday, where I found those 2 deer antlers, 1 muley, 1 whitetail. Hoping today for an elk, so I can hit the trifecta early, get it out of the way. Seeing some good elk sign here already, some fresh tracks. It's some pretty thick country right now I'm about to go into, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little freaked out. Coming out here alone always kind of gets to me a little bit, but we got the old Smith & Western right here on my chest. Seeing if we can't pick up a brownie or a hard white. I'll even take a chalk. Been out here for probably about an hour. Get a little elevation glass, Decided to come up this big ridge because there's a couple meadows on the east side of it that I wanted to glass. And I said, man, let me hold to the edges, that way I can look down at the bottom. And I think I just spotted the first elk antler of the trip. I see what looks to be 2 to 3 big points sticking up, and I threw the binos on it, and I get a clip here of what I seen. Probably about, I don't know, I'd say that's all the way at the bottom there, probably about 80 to 90 yards. Like I said, all I see is the two fronts, if it is an antler sticking up. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Still not positive on if it is one or not, but it looks pretty promising. So this is what I saw from up here on the hill. Looks like 2 fronts, but that what would be the beam almost looks like a stick. I can't really tell. I'm gonna drop down and check her out here. Oh, so I'm glassing and walking this ridge here. Couple good beds, really good beds around here in the big country today. Rock slide.
Oh man, I tell you, the worst part about this is dropping elevation and having to get back up. Oh, I think it might be a stick, or it's a deer antler, or it's a freaking deadhead. I think it's a spike deadhead.
Oh, no way. Sweet, dude. Giant freaking muley. Giant whitetail. Dude, look at that. What a freaking stud. I'm actually pretty sure this is a match to an antler that I picked up 4 years ago that was a hard white. 90% sure. Oh my gosh, what a stud. I was up on that ridge and saw 2 tines. Oh my gosh, dude. That 100% is the other side of that buck that I found 4 years ago. The first year that I came out here, close to a mile away, I saw a giant 4-point side, and I never matched it up. Let's go, dude. 12-inch easy G2 on that guy. Big whitetail, big whitetail. I do believe whitetail. The eye guard and the shape of the frame all says whitetail, but man, look at that, guys. Number 72 and number 3 on the trip. Coming down through this little draw here. Let's go. Still looking for that trifecta, that big elk shed that we've been after for a couple years, but man, we will take that. I'd put this at probably 5 years old. It's chalked out pretty good on the outside here. Backside's still in great condition. What a beautiful antler, guys. Oh, let's go. Couple of nice rubs around here. 1, 2. Big pop at number 3. Heading on top. Try to get a good vantage point. Just after I picked up that deer shed, I walked right up on a line den. Probably within 20 yards before I noticed it. Immediately turned around and backed out. Hopefully he thanks me for that later. Day 3 in Montana, and I'm in some slightly familiar territory. I've actually glassed off this ridge last year into these deep fingers behind me. But today is the first day that I've had clear skies and next to no wind. Knock on wood. But I can do some glassing here from this point. Just parked the 4-wheeler maybe 300 yards from me. And I'm going to glass into these draws, fingers, whatever you want to call them, and hopefully pick out an antler. If not, I'll be riding high and looking down, glassing this side, which is extremely thick pine. So I found one antler over here on this piece before. It was old. It was a mule deer. So we'll see what happens. Oh, well, been sitting here glassing for, I don't know, probably 30 minutes or so. Same way I was talking, up the fingers. And I just spotted the first antler through the glass of the trip. Looks to be a right side. Almost looks like a whitetail, but I know there's only muley in this side of the country. So I'm gonna show you what I see through the glass, and then keep glassing and end up working my way over to it. So this is what I'm glassing into. And if you look just to the left there, you'll see the G2 sticking up and the curvature of the main beam. I'd say that's probably 500 yards or so out. Starting the descent to go get that shed that I glassed up. Some steep, thick woods right here, boys. Ooh. Hoping to come upon one on the way down. Would be really cool, but never know. Where are you at, baby? Where are you? Oh, no way. Chalker, little 3 from that ridge. Looked like an absolute beast. We will take it. It's been here for years. No need to get the pickup on that guy. We're just gonna grab him. Ancient antler. Probably would have split here the next year, but man, glassing from that ridge up there, this thing looked way bigger. It's always hard for me to get a perspective on what the size of these things are, but that is number 73 for the year, guys. And as I always say, we will take it, especially after that hike for it. Guys, the Lord is with me right now. I tell you what, if you can't see that right there, I just picked up this old 3-point, and I said, man, let me come over here and sit and glass down. And here we have another shed, the actual record breaker, baby, number 74 with a solid fork on it, probably the same age as this one. Let's go. I'm gonna set up the cam and get a pickup on this. Did not bring the tripod with me because I didn't want to carry the extra weight, but we just picked up number 73, and here is number 74. Talk about what would have been a freaking solid antler, dude. Good fork, been chewed on by probably everything under the sun, including the sun. But man, I'd say they're probably, we're rolling together, they're about the same age. Look at that, guys. Came out here trying to break the record, and we just did it. Number 74 on the year. Thank you, Lord. Always say the Lord guides me to everyone. If I would not have stepped over 10 feet from where I picked up that other one, I would not be holding this one right now. Let's go. Heading back to the four-wheeler. I'm getting ready to cut up the slope. I look over, super chalk. Ugh. Falling apart just by picking it up. Many people would leave that behind, but you ought to know me by now, that's getting thrown on the pack. We're back at it again. Day 4. It's a very successful day yesterday with 3 muley antlers, all chalk, but all keepers in my book. Headed out to the rough country today. If you've watched my previous Montana video, you saw that I found 4 in a small pocket last year. Will not be returning to that same pocket, but a different pocket, in hopes to hit some potential elk sign and some better deer sign. So good little push here to get to where I want to go, way back there. So gonna be a minute, hopefully find one along the way. Goal for today is 2 deer antlers or 1 elk antler. We're about halfway to where I want to be. I'm seeing some old elk track here, but figured I'd give you a peek into what I'm going to go glass for probably a good half hour. Solid little view. I'm sure that in all of this, at least I hope, there is 1 antler. Just got that cool clip of the country out in front of me, and I'm coming up spot of this ridge. Sweet little 2-point muley. Thinking a hard white. Definitely the condition I've been looking for. Actually, I think that might be brown, dude. No, it's been out here too long. Too white. Look at that. This is what we come out here for. Oh man, I was beginning to think that there was literally nothing out here because the closest water source is probably a mile that way. And I found a couple tracks, some old bull tracks, some old deer tracks, and I've been following them, trying to get up here in glass. Number 1 for the day. Let's go. Well, I'm up here glassing on this ridge. As you can see, there's nothing behind me. And I've got this little bowl right here in front of me with some juniper and some pine, a little bit of sage. And I was on the phone with my dad. Finally had service out here, and I'm glassing this opposing ridge. Just spotted a solid, probably my biggest, I say my biggest, but it's so hard with perspective out here to see how really big they are. But a nice 4-point muley, I do believe. I can just see the G3 end of the main beam and part of the G2. I'm assuming it's got a fork, but like I said, following the single bull elk track up here, and I just figured, you know, with that 2-point being here, there's probably a couple more hanging in this little area. sure enough. Let me get a video through the binos. So this is what I saw through the binos. Sorry, I'm a little shaky here, freehanding it, but looks to be a solid antler. The more I look at it, it looks like some chalk, but we'll have to figure out when we get over there. Pretty sure I'm coming up on that antler I glassed here in a second. I guess he was walking this little fence right here. I'm gonna end up glassing the opposing side. That's the rock I was sitting on up there. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Where are you at? Gotta be like right here. Sweet, dude. Let's go. Look at that. That is a freaking tank. Oh my gosh, what a tank. It is chalk like I thought. Some elk track right here. Look at that. What a freaking stud. Was glassing from that's probably about 150, 200 away. And I saw the end of the main beam in G3. Dude, this is a freaking giant. Oh my gosh. Dude, look at this thing, guys. Wow. Absolute hammer. Probably, it's been getting baked by the sun out here. It's chalk to a degree on the one side. The other side's still pretty solid. I'd say probably 3 to 4 years, but giant G2. That thing is, dude, that thing is every bit of 15, 16 inches. It's huge. Look at that. Great G3, good split, no brow. Pretty sure this is just an old mature buck, dude. How about that, guys? Number 75 was picked up yesterday. 76, 77 on the year. Let's go. I came out to this pocket because I've never been out here before, and I can see the four-wheeler. She's a good ways away, and hoping to get into some good elk and some good deer antlers, man. And here we go. Let's get it. Number 8 on the trip. Heading back to the four-wheeler. Been out here for a couple hours. Decided to cool off a little bit. And I'm headed back down the ridge, probably literally 20 yards from where I picked up that first little 2-point today. And I'm looking at antler number 3. And I walked right by it, I'll admit to it. And I also probably glassed right over top of it. And I'm gonna also assume that it is the other side to my 2-point. And sure enough, yes, it is. Let's go. Heck yeah. I'm beginning to think this was a fresh set. I mean, it's sitting out here in the middle of the sun, but there's still some brown color on it. Let's go, guys. Always, like I said before, walk the same place twice, because you never know what you're gonna miss. Let's go. Seems as if I've hit a little pocket here, guys. Just picked up that other side of that 2-point, which I have decided is a brown set, and walked almost directly right on top of this guy. Look at that. Oh, another chalk. But solid 3. Busted eye guard there. Sweet buck. I actually might have another side to this, not sure, but we will take it, guys. Number 10 for the trip, and number 79, I do believe, for the year. I have to double check on that, don't quote me on it, but man, killing it today. Got the storm rolling in behind us. About to throw the poncho on and hopefully get under a juniper or a pine, but headed back to the four-wheeler. Hopefully we pick up one more bonus in the pocket, like I said. And I can't believe I stood next to this thing. I was sitting here glassing up into these ridges here, these draws, whatever you want to call them, and I literally put the binos back in the pack and look up in front of me, another deer shed. Let's go. This is, I think, a hard white. This is a pretty solid one. Let's get the pickup on that. I tell you what, I have never had a trip as plentiful as this early on. And I'm already, I think this is number 10. Solid 2-point, just a big fork. Probably 3 years old, but man, look at that. That's solid, dude. Just picked up the chalk a couple minutes ago. And I'm telling you, this must have been a little honey hole years ago, because that's 5 antlers today, guys. Absolutely sweet. Yeah, I literally stood maybe 10 yards from this, glassing up that way, looked in front of me and saw the end of the main beam in G2. Headed back to the four-wheeler now, guys. But what a day, guys. What a day. Day 5. After an absolutely spectacular day of shed hunting here in Montana yesterday, turning the attention to some elk country. Up to 11 deer sheds so far, and actually went and recounted. That last antler I picked up was number 80 for the year, so 20 away from 100. The goal is not 100. The goal has been met. The goal yesterday was met. I'd like to find that one elk antler to hit that trifecta I've been talking about. A little under the weather today, and yeah, temperatures are cold. Overcast, about 55 degrees. Feeling good, feeling sick, feeling ready to reap some antlers. Let's do this. I don't know if it's a shed, but here we have a little piece of bone. No way, dude. It is a shed. You can see some of the knurling here on the back. A little bit of that base. Wow. Do we even count it, guys? Do we even count it? It might just look like a piece of bone, but you can definitely see the curvature of the beam and what's left of the knurling here. Some guy's been using this as a chew toy for probably the last 10 years. A little bit of base left right here. I guess we'll count it. Number 81 for the year. Let's go. Gosh, no way, dude. I'm literally heading back to the four-wheeler. Was walking the same path I walked last year. And was like, man, there ain't nothing out here. I picked up that old chalk and I see this little piece of white sticking up. It's a freaking giant brown elk shed. Let's go. Oh my gosh, let's do it. Oh man, I'm at a loss for words. Absolutely no sign out here at all whatsoever. And I was about to dip in to this thickness over here to my left. And I was like, nah, just stay low here through this bottom. There's a water trough behind me. Dude, oh my gosh, it's a massive brown. Dude, look at this thing. Oh my gosh, bro. Just what I was trying to find. Oh my gosh. Oh, and he's got a cheater. Oh, yeah, baby. Yes. Solid brown 7-point. Let's go. Is the other side anywhere out here? Let's go. Giant brown right there. Just what I came out here for, man. Let's get the camera up and get a pickup on this baby. Oh my gosh. I have been putting in the time for this. Oh my goodness. Let's do this. Dude, it's so heavy. Oh, beautiful color on the back. Broke off inline right here. Look at that. Dude, look at the blood on the base. Oh my gosh. Talk about fresh. Dude, let's go. I gotta walk this line and see if I can't pick up the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll call it 5, 6, 7. Let's go. Let's go. Wow. I literally was coming up through this bottom thinking there's no way there's not an elk antler out here somewhere, dude. Last year I put in a line like maybe 100 yards off from here. Nothing. put in all that tight spot, those tight lines, excuse me, over there, and picked up that chalk deer antler. And what do you think about that? It's freaking massive, dude. Look at the base. Look at that. The mass, the first and second are just crazy. This has to be a giant old bull, man. Running this ridge. Let's go. Good thick royal here. The mass on the back side of this is absolutely insane. Thank you, Lord. This thing weighs every bit of 12 pounds. Big brown elk sheds, baby, what dreams are made of. Let's go. Well, walked in every direction and just couldn't match up this beast back here, but that's all right. We still got one side on the pack, and I've hit the trifecta again this year. And I've mentioned that a few times, and for me, that's mule deer, whitetail, and elk sheds. And I've done it in 5 days. This will make number 13, I do believe, for the trip, and 82 on the year. So cannot shake a finger at that. Leaving on Monday, so we'll have been out here just shy of a week, 6 days. And if I don't find anything tomorrow, I'm totally cool with it, guys. I found some great sheds and had a great time, and I hope you've been enjoying this video. And we'll see if we can't find us one more. Out here day 6 in Montana, which could actually be the last day of the trip. I've yet to decide if I'm leaving tomorrow, if I want to stick it out and potentially go for 90 to 100 antlers. Either way, it's some new country that I've never been into in the 5 years I've been coming out here. And man, wide open, good rolling hills. I've heard there's some elk out here, not sure. We're gonna give it a shot. Currently sitting at 13 antlers on the trip. Would not mind making it to 15 and calling it quits, but the last 2 being a match set of elk, something I've never picked up. So we're at it today, a little bit warmer, 63 I do believe right now, and the sun is shining, as you can see. Got the sunscreen on, and gonna do a lot of glassing out here. Not a whole lot of walking gonna be done, but see if we can't pick up something nice. Well, it's been a minute. Did a little glassing, checked this country out really well, and absolutely no sign of any elk or deer anywhere. But just walked up on old Bessie here, and I got a buddy that's really gonna enjoy this, so I think I'll throw it on the pack and take her home. Well, just got back to the truck after a pretty decent loop through that country that I thought would have definitely produced an elk antler. A buddy of mine had actually picked up a hard white out here a couple years ago and told me there was quite a bit of sign, but they've been having some droughts the last few years and not a lot of good food for them out here, not a lot of water for them either. So nonetheless, picked up that cool cow skull, which like I said, I got a buddy that's gonna really enjoy that, and ending the trip on 13 antlers, from my biggest mule deer to my biggest elk shed yet, and fresh at that. So beyond thankful to have came out here for another year, guys, and to make another video for you. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and all the other videos that I've been putting out here on Ridgeview Outdoors. That's gonna do it for this one. I'm sitting at 82 antlers for the year, with a lot of time to make that number go up. And I've got a turkey tag for Utah still sitting in my pocket that I'm hoping to punch. I got about a week or so left of that, so we'll see if we can't make it happen. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.